Good morning, it's October 12th, and it did frost last night. In fact, it's still below freezing, -3 or so, as I said out here. So I'm actually wearing gloves and my hat and my leather jacket for the first time. Kind of affects where I put the microphone, so I hope the sound's okay. My destination today is downtown. You'll notice this is labeled Part 1. That's because I have to go pick up something at the drugstore. So I'm going to walk downtown to the drugstore, the Cornwall Center. I'll stop this feed. I'll take care of my business. And then when I walk back, I'll start up a second feed. So this will be a two-parter. If you're watching it later, I edited it together. Probably, or maybe not. Maybe I'll just leave it as two parts. Actually, that'd be a lot simpler. That's probably what I'll do. So yeah, we finally got our first frost. Normal first frost around here is around September 17th, on average. But took a while, but we've had it now. Means the flowers have had it too. Good morning, Rabia. So it's about a, depending on how I go, 20-25 minute walk downtown. Then I'll stop this feed. There'll be a few minutes of me doing other things, and then I will start a new feed thereafter. Oh, good morning. Abhishek, I guess. I am fine. How are you? I actually need reading glasses, so sometimes it's hard to read what's on the screen. Oh, and Kirk in Vancouver. Haven't seen you for a while here. Good morning. We are headed downtown today. In the cold, -3. I was smart, and I put on a glove. Well, two gloves. I'm not Michael Jackson. Two gloves. Since my hand got so cold yesterday, and it's colder today. Flowers still look, it's hard to tell right after the frost. The damage will come later. You can see leaves falling even in front of my camera as I walk here. Many different routes to where I'm headed. Just kind of depends on the lights when I cross Albert Street here. Hi, Lucas. Hi, Brazil. You're representing the whole country. Well, we got Pakistan, we got Vancouver, we got Brazil this morning. I don't know where else. It's Royal Saskatchewan Museum over there, but we're not going that way today. And this light just changed, so I won't cross here. I'll go on up. As I mentioned before, this is the former Saskatchewan building. But the original is this one, Saskatchewan Government Telephones. It still says that over the I think, on the front somewhere. Oh, maybe it doesn't say that anymore. But anyway, that's what it was. And it now belongs to the Royal Saskatchewan Museum, and they have labs in there, and they work on fossils and things in there. Leopold's Tavern. I don't go in very often there, despite it being closed. Specs here, they sell eyeglasses. Here's where we buy gas for our car. How exciting is that? Speaking of which, it needs gas. Well, we might be able to cross here. I think we can. We'll just cheat a little. I won't keep walking down Albert. We'll go down here somewhere. Continue my walk downtown. Just get away from the traffic. I'm headed to the downtown area. This is called the transition area because it's sort of been transitioning from residential to more business oriented. We'll walk up this next street. Because I do want to walk along Victoria when I get up there. So condos over here. There's a lot of condos and apartment buildings down here. And the tall building peeking up past this first tall building to my right is City Hall. This is an older apartment building. It's been here a long time. Condos over there, or some sort of, I don't really know. I think they're condos. Office building. Don't know what's in there. Don't actually walk down this street very often. There's still houses down here. This is a hairstyle place now. It used to be a vegetarian restaurant. Some time ago now. So we're walking towards City Hall. So a lot of these are houses, like that was a house, but now it's a, in fact, Hilberg and Burke is a jewelry business. Designers. His house, now it's some sort of medical building. Studio and spa. That's why it's called the transition area. What is the rent? I really can't say. It's been too long since I rented. I was trying to guess yesterday, but they're just guesses, so I really shouldn't even guess. A lot cheaper than Toronto or Vancouver, I know that. I like this old house. It has interesting pillars on the front. And I think it's still a house. That's the number 1 fire hall over there with the fire truck backing into it at the moment. This used to be the YMCA. Well, it is still, the YMCA still exists, but they closed this, which was kind of their main branch, or their main facility. It sells a daycare in it, has a swimming pool in it, has a bunch of stuff in it, but it's not a YMCA anymore, so I don't really know what they're doing with some of the facilities in here. This is where I used to go to the gym every week, and it closed down with the pandemic, and then they just closed it completely. It had financial problems before that. So the Y has much newer facilities elsewhere in the city, but they're too far away to be handy for me, so. Swimming pools right behind that wall there. 2 of them. Big one and a little one. And that's, I think it's still called the North Canadian Oils Building. Over there, that's the Salvation Army Church with the white. This is the courthouse. Provincial courthouse, this one. Across up here. Oop, didn't have to press the button. It just changed. YWCA is over there. This is Victoria Avenue. Balfour Apartments on the right. Metropolitan United Church on the left. Hotel Saskatchewan down there a little further. We'll walk up here a little bit just to show the front of City Hall. City Hall. The gold building over there is the Saskatchewan Government Insurance Building. So that's City Hall. I worked on the 15th floor for a while. I was a short-term contract filling in for somebody in the communications department who was on, in that case, I think it was adoption leave, not maternity leave. Same difference. So I was there for about 6 months. That was way back in '94, though. It's been a while. Oh, I wore my hat, but now my head's getting hot, so I'll take that off. See, I like that apartment building, but Balfour there, it's a kind of Spanish look to it. Then the Hotel Saskatchewan used to be a railway hotel. It's a Marriott now. First Baptist Church and the Land Titles building are there. Used to be the Land Titles building. This rather forbidding looking building is the tax building. Canadian Revenue Service. You know, just how to make your government look friendly. There's the Balfour. When we were looking at a place, it was apartments, rental apartments on this side and condos on the other. I don't know what it is now. Probably still the same. One reason we didn't take it was because of the outdoor parking. We wanted indoor parking. That's Metropolitan United Church. There's the front of the Balfour. You can see why I like it. It's quite a handsome building. There's even a little path you can walk on their garden here at Knox Metropolitan. Actually, I don't see a lot of signs of frost on these flowers yet. So maybe up here against the brick wall. Well, those ones might be looking a little droopy. Oh, cherry tree. It's a nice little garden anyway that the church puts here. I'll probably make the second walk longer, because this one, I'll be where I'm going to stop it in only about 10 minutes or less, maybe less. So I might drag out the walk, the second half of this, which will start up in about 10 minutes after I stop it. So it won't be a long break, but it will be a new feed, so you'll have to watch for that. This is Victoria Park, big downtown park. The cenotaph in front of us, the First World War memorial, and then, of course, turned out to also be a war memorial for the Second World War and the Korean War. Afghanistan. It's called the Twin Towers. If they're replacing the sign up there, there's a big gap in the windows at the top. I think that's where the logo would have been for the building, so they must be planning to put in a new one. So this will be covered in wreaths for November 11th, Remembrance Day. So we've also got, the Boer War, even South Africa, Afghanistan, Korea, Second World War, but it was built for the First World War on this side. I guess I'll try walking down Scar Street. It's a little weird carrying this thing, walking down here, but oh well, I'll be brave. It's the Canada Life building, built as the Crown Life building. Crown Life relocated here from Toronto in the 90s. It's a big deal. This building was built then. There used to be a theater there for a long time. In fact, it turned into a movie theater, but it started out as just a theater. And Boris Karloff, as in Frankenstein, was actually in a show here. And then his company folded and he was stranded in Regina. His touring company was with folded. And he was actually here when the tornado hit in 1912. So Boris Karloff helped with the cleanup after the tornado. A local fellow wrote a musical about it, which was a Summer Stage did a while ago. Those are the Twin Towers, but there's a third one now. This is the Glockenspiel, which was recently refurbished. This is Scar Street Pedestrian Mall. This is where the farmers market is held when it's outdoors, but it finished on the weekend. Has moved indoors now for the winter. It's a Joe Fafard sculpture. So several of the city's older buildings are still standing over here, repurposed. The one with the tower was the post office originally. Then it was City Hall for a while when they tore down the original City Hall. And now, among other things, that's where Globe Theatre is, and they're currently renovating, which is why this is all blocked by fencing up here. You can actually walk inside those doors in front of the stores in the wintertime, which is nice because it's very windy and cold on this stretch of street in the wintertime. We're headed to the Cornwall Center. It's up here at the end of the street. They're doing some cleanup on the stone there. Former Northern Bank. There's the old post office. It's called Old City Hall Mall, but it really should be Old Post Office Mall. And there's the Cornwall Center across the street. So I'll just go in here and quit. And I will be back after I've done my business inside and probably walk a little longer for the second half. So bye for now.